What up, peeps and peepettes? MorbTron back today with more Ark Survival Evolved vanilla-ish on Ragnarok. And I just want to thank you all a ton for all your support in prior episodes. If you like this one, do not forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more daily content. So today, guys, if you didn't guess by the title of the video, we are looking into some baby dino disappearances slash deaths that have happened in my base. You're probably wondering what I'm standing on. We'll get to that in a bit, though. So the dinos in question that have disappeared. You notice we got the wyvern here. We got the fire wyvern from the hatching episode last time. We've got the two frost wyvern up there, Ice Baby and Lil Blue. We've got the wolf Alan right here. Baby Alan grew up. And we've got one baby Eutyrannus, and I have one that grew up, and I have one baby Allosaurus that grew up. And this baby Allosaurus isn't even the one we hatched last episode. So if you notice, there's some base upgrades, or some base additions. I added these vaults. I added in just a bigger addition to the platform up here to house the dragons. Also, I thought Ice Baby. It was a fantastic name. Lil Blue, because they are the little one. She is the little one. Lil Blue or Ice Baby, are you also a lady? Yes, you are. Okay. And I have them parked up here just because I think it looks cool. And because right now they're kind of like, you can't pump the movement speed on them and all that. But they should actually be able to here relatively soon, because Wildcard finally released the dev kit. So hopefully within the next day or two, Classic Flyers will release an update. They might even do it the day of this recording. I'm recording this on a Thursday, and that's usually when that mod author releases the updates. And you also notice here, this Quetzal is named Rita version 2, and has different coloration than the original Rita from last episode. That's because that Quetzal disappeared as well. So I had both baby Eutyrannus disappear, I had the baby Quetzal disappear, and I had one of the baby Allosaurus disappear. So it's not even that they died, they weren't in the tribe log as dying. They were either on passive or neutral, depending on if they were a flyer or a ground dino, like the Eutyrannus. Also, the Eutyrannus really glow in the sunlight. That's a neat effect. Probably unintended, but that's kind of what feathers do in this game right now. They really glisten. So those vanished. And as far as all the base additions and other dinos that you see here, I've been actually streaming Ark on Twitch the past couple days. I've also been streaming a new game called Dark and Light, which is another game developed by the parent company of Wildcard. So the companies are related, and it's a really fun game. And I'm going to be getting my own server for it, but I'll talk about that more later on. So on stream, other than doing the base editions of the vaults, the wyvern roost up there, that took like 5 minutes. All that stuff. I hatched two Eutyrannus the other day, and ended the stream after getting their imprinting to 44% on both of them. Ysera here had the better of the stats, has the higher attack, actually got a mutation, even though it says no mutations. You see here it says mutations 0, mutations 0. If you look at her card here, I know it's kind of hard to see, but if you look there, the melee says 455, and then I have in brackets there M with a quotation mark, because I'm thinking that was a mystery mutation. Because you see here, I haven't pumped Chicky stats at all post-tame. Her melee is 426.1. And then if we look at Magic Johnson's card, his melee was 440.3 post-tame. So somewhere along the lines, we got right around 15% more melee damage. And I think that it has to be some sort of, like, glitched, unshown mutation. It has to be. I've seen stats round up to the next value, so they don't have, like, a 0.2. They go up, you know, by 0.8 to get to the next decimal. I've never seen them jump by almost 15 points. So that's more than rounding up. So I think it's some sort of glitched, unshown mutation that it didn't get a color mutation along with it. So it's kind of weird. It's kind of weird, but oh well. And also, Ysera has almost, I think actually, a complete copy of her mother's coloration, which is interesting. But I had another one, one that I had designated a battle dino, because it was the runt. It had the worst of both of its parent stats, and it was parked right here at the end of the stream. And the reason why I put them on the line of foundations is because I was wondering if they somehow, like, sunk and fell through the world, with the way that dino babies grow. They don't grow up, they grow out in all forms, so they they used to anyway. Wildcard said they fixed it. They used to, like, sink into the ground as well as grew up, because they just kind of grew out from center in all directions. So, and I was doing that motion with my hands. I don't have a camera, so you didn't see it, but I was doing it with my hands out from center. Anyway, so put them on foundations, maybe thinking that would fix it. But I logged in the next day, yesterday, 2 days ago for you guys watching this now, and there was a pack sitting right here, a death pack. So that Utyrannus died as a juvenile, and I looked in the tribe log, and it said that it starved to death. Now, before I logged off, I put 90 cooked meat in both of their inventories, and the trough did run empty, but you'll see here, it had this much food in its inventory. Ysera did. And I put 90 cooked meat in both of their inventories. There was no meat. There was 6 spoiled meat in the death pack of the other baby Utyrannus, and no cooked meat. So I don't know. Like, this trough was empty. This trough was empty. The trough way back there that it's probably not within range of was not. But this trough in here, which they should be within range of, still had meat in it, and it still has meat in it now. So I thought that was mighty weird. Also, I got this thing set up, the S Plus item collector. It's not turned on right now, because I need propellant in it, so we're going to grab some propellant real quick. It does all sorts of fancy stuff. Let's just grab 3 propellant for now. And I'm almost dehydrated, so let's go ahead and drink something. So this thing just collects a bunch of eggs for me, basically. Let's shoot and turn on, and then bam, eggs. So that's neat, so I don't have to, like, run around collecting eggs anymore. But, so I made 2 more troughs. I'm going to put 2 more down, but I'm actually going to destroy this one, because I want to see if this, if, like, right here is doesn't have another trough within range of it, other than that one. This doesn't make sense, though, because right here is about the same distance from there to where that trough is in there. So let's take a look. And then there's Goldie. There's another story behind Goldie, too. So let's just, you know, we're not even going to worry about taking all that out of its inventory. We're just going to destroy it. Okay, so it looks like dinos right here are not within trough range, but the parents are. Oh, server lag. So, interesting. Very interesting. We're going to put 2 troughs down, so hopefully I don't have any dinos die of starvation. But also I thought that it's kind of weird, because the first 2 baby Utyrannus just flat out disappeared. There's nothing in the tribe log saying they died. Let's just take all of that, and we're too heavy to run. That's why I didn't pick it up before. There we go, and we'll put down another trough. Right on top of this one. So that way we can fill both of these up with cooked meat before we hatch more Utyrannus. Interesting that they're that hungry. Because this was completely full minus this many berries of cooked meat. So it stacks to 30. Plus it had 90 cooked meat in its inventory, and it still starved to death. And Ysera clearly didn't. So, I mean, its food stat was like 2,000 higher. So was it that 2,000 food that saved it? Who knows? Who knows? Or maybe something bugged out with a dino and it starved to death faster. I have no clue. But Ysera still had all of her food in her inventory when I logged on the next day. It hadn't eaten a single piece of meat out of its inventory. So, I don't know. It's weird. But another thing I wanted to talk about, guys, is my channel update, which I also put in the title. So you guys knew this was coming as well. So if you watched my last channel update, which was very recent, when I hit around 300 or so subscribers, I had mentioned that I was I actually found a job that was hopefully going to pay the bills enough to cover my cost of living. And it might not. I'm on like the razor's edge, basically, of what it would take. And basically right now I'm working 5 days a week, 12 hours a day. Those 2 days that I have off, and after I get home, after I get home, I stream, and then I go to bed. And then I wake up and I go back to work. And then I come home from work and I stream, and I go to bed. So I'm still able right now to keep my streaming going, as well as, you've noticed, my uploads for this YouTube channel that you're watching right now. So basically my 2 days off are just filled with recording and editing and all that stuff. And I'm able to do that mostly because it's really fun. It's a way for me to unwind. I think it's a great way for me to spend my time. But with me being on the razor's edge, of not being able to afford like my bills, and like if I can't afford my bills, basically that means I lose my house, and I lose a whole bunch of other things, and it's and it's a rough situation to be in. So like, I want my content creation to still be a thing. I want to grow the channel, I want to do all this, but I can't do that if I have to get a second job and work, even more insane amount of hours to make ends meet. I'm already working 12 hours a day, 5 days a week. Any more, like, of an actual job that I go to, like, I physically can't do more than 12 hours a day. So those 5 days I'm working for 12 hours, I'm spent. When I get home, I have enough energy to stream for a couple hours, and then I am out. So I can't get another part-time job for a couple hours those nights. I just can't. I'm mentally exhausted by the time I get home. And those other 2 days I have off, I feel like I need to honestly have time off to unwind. And thankfully, I don't find this to be taxing enough to, like, call it a job, quote unquote. where I feel it's taking something out of me to do it, basically. But if I have to pay the bills, to keep the lights on in the house, to keep the house, I guess I will have to. There are ways that you out there, my audience, my viewership, my community, my friends, really, all of you, to help me if you want to see my channel, see my content, see my brand grow as much as I do. There are a couple ways that you can help me out. I am on the cusp of actually receiving my first check from YouTube itself, just from you guys watching the videos, which is amazing. It's been 7 months since I've rebooted my channel, roughly, and I'm already gone from nothing to almost getting my first paycheck. That's actually really good. But there are other avenues of support that you guys can do directly if you want to. But if you can't do that, or if you don't deem it necessary, you just want to help my channel grow, that helps me as well. I'm gonna share my channel out there. Tell your friends, have your, if your friends tell their friends, so on and so forth. The channel's gonna grow faster. I'm gonna get more views. The monetized views will go up. I will be able to justify doing this rather than getting another job and grinding at it even more to provide for myself, pay my bills, and all that stuff. But if you have the means and you feel like helping out, you can support directly through a couple of different avenues. The best one is, well, my favorite one is Patreon. So there's going to be a link in the description down below to my Patreon page, where you can pledge a certain amount that you want to pay every month. Yeah, it's not something I'm going to advertise a whole lot on my channel. I've only done it one other time. But that will help me kind of bridge the gap between not being able to pay my bills and pay my bills. And make sure that I'm still able to be here with you guys every day, well, 6 days a week. And also, retain some bit of my sanity as well. It already takes a lot out of me working as many hours as I do. So there's that. You can also support me directly on Twitch. There's a couple different ways there. I am an affiliate on Twitch, which means you can subscribe to me over there as well. Now, a subscription over on Twitch is not the same as a subscription over here on YouTube. You actually pay to subscribe on Twitch, but then you don't have to watch any ads on Twitch when you watch my content when I'm streaming. So that's a plus. You guys don't have to watch any ads. I get a few bucks. So, and you get to support your content creator. You can also, on Twitch, while you're watching anybody, you can opt into watching ads to receive bits in small increments, or you can buy bits in large increments, which are basically internet dollars that you can then donate to me, or you can donate directly, which I have links to on my Twitch channel. But by far, like I said, my favorite means of direct creator support is Patreon. It's something where you can really get to kind kind of participate, kind of be in a more direct contact community with me, with your content creator of your choosing. Now, with this new Dark and Light server that I have, or I should have within the next couple days, I am going to be creating content for my YouTube channel, for Twitch, on this Dark and Light server, and I am going to open that up to any of my Patreons as well. Now, granted, it's not going to be something that is it's obviously going to be kept up to date, because I'm going to be actively creating content on it whenever I can. That's a nice little gap in there. But it's not something that's going to be extremely moderated. It's not going to be, you know, like, it's not going to be a huge community. It's just going to be my Patreons, and any other content creators that I invite onto the server. So if you want to help support me and my content creation, and you want a chance to be in some of my content itself, whether it be a YouTube video or a stream, which is something that I do have on my Patreon, this is an avenue to do that. Now, obviously, you will have to purchase the game, Dark and Light. I can't provide copies of that game to all of my Patreons, but I can give you a place to play it. And why not play it with me? So, but more details about that will happen, or will come out as time goes on. But before I end the video, I just want to give you guys a quickity-quick preview of something I have that I've been working on both in stream and off stream, with what I have dubbed in the past as a derp tank. And the reason why I call it a derp tank, it is based around what I call a derposaurus, which is a Paraceratherium, which is what I started my episode on. So you see here, I'm kind of getting the rough workings hashed out. I've made one of these in the past that was a lot simpler looking. In the end, it will be all metal, no stone, because it is going to be a giga killer. So it's going to have turrets, it's going to have cannons, it's going to have all sorts of shenanigans on this thing, and it is quite hilarious how it works. So I'll do a quick explanation, a quick rundown. So basically you completely enclose, or completely inbox, a Paraceratherium in metal. When you do that, the Giga cannot see the Parasaur, so it doesn't know what's happening. The turrets and cannons can be fired at the Giga, and the Giga shouldn't even recognize where they're coming from. And even if it does, it can't damage the turrets because they're metal. And the Parasaur will be completely enclosed in a metal shell, so it won't be able to get hit. And the pilot is going to be in a glass bubble, not greenhouse glass, but S+ glass, so it's as strong as metal, so Giga proof. So they'll be able to see all the action and control the turrets, and maybe, I don't know how the whole cannon thing is going to work yet. There's going to be passengers that do that, or if the pilot will get out of the saddle and have access to cannons to fire. I think that'd be cool. Be good for rock golem taming and killing. But I'm getting details hashed out for that. The biggest thing is making sure the Parasaur stays completely enclosed in metal. And that might require 2 layers of metal walls, to have an outer layer and an inner layer in case the Giga's head does happen to glitch through the first layer, which has happened to me in the past. So we got a high-level Parasaur, or a derposaur, and it's going to be enclosed in a metal box. The metal box is going to have a bunch of turrets on it and some cannons, and it'll be a fun time. And before anybody says, "Oh, the platform limit," "Oh, you can't have turrets on the saddles," it's a private server where all of that stuff has already been manipulated and can happen. So I think the structure platform limit is something like 3,000, and turrets can go on top of those. So that'll be fun. That'll be fun. I think I'll probably have it broken up into a couple different episodes because there's a lot that goes into it. But look forward to that in the next coming days, or the next upcoming Ark videos, that we hash out more details for the derp tank and get it completely kitted out and ready to go. And one last little story and thank you before I sign out for the day. You'll see I have a new griffin named Goldie. Now, there was a griffin in the last video sitting about here that a buddy of mine and, well, obviously, server member Triple Forged had left here, named the 150, or the 150. It was a 150 wild that he tamed, and apparently tamed it for me, and since I was recording at the time, I had my chat box turned off, and I didn't know that. So it was just parked here for like 2 weeks, and I didn't know that it was meant for me. So thank you, Triple Forged. I will treat it well. You'll see I haven't pumped any of its stats yet. I'm waiting for that ever so awesome ability to pump its speed and really see what they can do. And having a perfect tame 150, it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. So we'll be able to see what the Classic Flyer mod author does to make those things a complete beast. Because, man, I think that they have some potential. So that is going to be it for the day. That is going to be it for the episode, guys. So if you liked it, please leave a like. If you are new to the channel, please subscribe. If you have anything to say, do in the comment section down below. Do not forget to have a good day, everybody. And I will catch you all next time.